If you're dealing with shoulder pain or instability, let's talk about a super simple move to help you work on that. Dr. Marcia here, your friendly neighborhood physical therapist, certified yoga teacher, and author of Movement for Everybody. So let's talk about side lying shoulder external rotation. So you lay on your side in any which way. Maybe you're on top of a pillow bolster, maybe you're on your elbow, maybe you're flat down. That part doesn't really matter. You can also be up this way. That's kind of to your comfort. You could also place something between your thighs if you're feeling uncomfortable there. That part doesn't really matter. All that matters is that this stuff is stable and secure so that you're free to move your arm. So external rotation is outward rotation. So if you drop your arm down, rest it on your side, and let your head hang, it's already internally rotated. Pulling it away from your belly and up towards the ceiling is external rotation. So if you just try that and find a level of difficulty there, you don't need to add any resistance. Because right now you're pulling against gravity already. So maybe you don't need to hold anything or add anything. That's fine. If you're feeling a little cramped, you might want to add a rolled up little towel and put it right here between your armpit, so the space between your side body and your arm, just so you're not totally cramped there and you're getting some blood flow into the joint you're working on. So different things you can use for resistance. We can do some sort of handheld weight, ankle weight, small kettlebell. You're going to want to start light and try it out and see how it feels. But the mechanic of the movement will be pretty much the same. You're going to want to make sure that you have total control over every part of the motion. So if I get to some part of this motion and it starts to get wonky or sloppy, or I drop it too much, then that is a sign that the weight is too heavy, or maybe I'm not ready for it. So you could do this with resistance bands. It's just going to be a little tricky because your band needs to be tethered to the floor. And how are you going to do that, right? So you could maybe use the other hand if you got the coordination to figure that out and pull away. You could play around with, if you have a long band, maybe tying it around your body or just laying on it so that it doesn't have anywhere to go. And you could try it that way, right? Your results, your mileage may vary. And you're also going to have the opportunity when it comes to using a band to have different levels of resistance at different parts of the movement. So if I'm right here and I pull it up, that is concentric. If I just hold it, and I'm engaging the muscle right now, obviously, to keep it from falling, right? That's isometric. And then if I go down as slow as possible, that is eccentric. So I can play with that without weight. And then with my dumbbell, right? I can go fast on the up, I can hold, I can add a hold time, I can make coming down super slow. It's just the added benefit of a band is that your resistance at the top and then slowly coming down is going to give you a different challenge than no weight or the handheld weight. So how might you go about doing things? You can start without weight, see how it feels, then add your resistance, right? Maybe you do 8 to 12 reps and try a couple of sets and see how it feels. If you get to a point where it feels easy, that's when you can play with holding it and the slow return. That's not the first beginner step at all. That's harder to do, okay? So good exercise for shoulder stability. If you've got shoulder impingement, pain when you lift your arm up. If you're having scapular dyskinesia, rotator cuff repair, whatever, what have you. Okay, give it a shot. Let me know if you have any questions or anything you need to see in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.